Hello students, we are going to discuss about Unit 1 problems. First one, oxygen A is diffusing through carbon monoxide under steady state condition with the carbon monoxide non-diffusing. Total pressure is 1 into 10 to the 5 Newton per meter square and the temperature is 0 degree Celsius. The partial pressure of oxygen at a two-plane 2 mm distance is respectively 13,000 and 6,500 Newton per meter square. The diffusivity for the mixture is 1.87 into 10 to the minus 5 meter square per second. Calculate the rate of diffusion of oxygen in kilomole per second through each square meter of the two planes. This is the question. So first you read the question carefully, then you will take given data to find. So after that you will choose the correct formula. First duty, we are going to find out what is the question. Calculate the rate of diffusion of oxygen in kilomole per meter square second. Are you clear or not? Rate of diffusion is nothing but Na. So here, what is the condition? Second thing. So the condition of this problem, oxygen through non-diffusing carbon monoxide. This problem under steady state condition. What is steady state? In mass transfer, concentration does not change with respect to distance. For our case, the diffusing oxygen through carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide stationary component or non-diffusing component. So we want to choose the correct formula at under steady state condition. The component A diffusing through component B. Are you clear or not? Okay. So we have the expression Na is equal to DAB PT into PA1 bar minus PA2 bar whole divided by RTZ PBM. So this is the formula for under steady state condition component A diffusing through component B. Are you clear or not? Okay. So this is condition is a steady state condition. Now come to the problem given data. So what are the given data or known data? Total pressure, the notation is a PT. 1 into 10 to the 5 Newton per meter square. Temperature 0 degree Celsius, convert into Kelvin, that is T is equal to 273 Kelvin. Are you clear or not? Okay. So next one, partial pressure of oxygen at plane 1. Two planes are there. Plane 1, partial pressure of oxygen PA1 bar is equal to 13,000 Newton per meter square. So partial pressure of oxygen at plane 2 PA2 bar is equal to 6,500 Newton per meter square. One more known data is there, diffusivity for the mixture. So for our case, component A diffusing through component B. So that's why we will take DAB is equal to 1.87 into 10 to the minus 5 meter square per second. Are you clear or not? So what is the Z? Z is a distance. Two plane distance 2 mm. Capital Z is equal to 2 mm. But we don't want in terms of mm. We want only meter. 2 mm convert into meter. 2 into 10 to the minus 3 meter. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So capital Z is equal to 0.002 meter. So next we want to use capital R value. Capital R value depends upon the pressure, temperature and volume. But our case we have temperature in terms of Kelvin, pressure in terms of Pascal or Newton per meter square. So that's why we will use capital R is equal to 8314 Newton meter divided by kg mole or kilomole into Kelvin. Are you clear or not? Joule per kg mole or kilomole Kelvin. These are the known data. Are you clear or not? Okay. So then we have the formula, component A diffusing through component B under steady state condition. So in this formula, so we need PBM. Are you clear or not? Okay, other values are known value. DAB is known, PT is known, PA1 bar is given, PA2 bar is given, R is a constant value, T is given, Z is given. Unknown is a PBM, logarithmic mean partial pressure value. So we know that P bar BBM bar, that is equal to PB2 bar minus PB1 bar divided by ln of BB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. So this is the logarithmic mean partial pressure. Are you clear or not? Okay. For gases we will use P bar BM is equal to BB2 bar minus BB1 bar divided by ln of BB2 bar divided by BB1 bar. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So we have only PA1 bar and PA2 bar value. So we know the Dalton's law. What is the Dalton's law? Total pressure is equal to summation of individual partial pressure of the component. So that's why we have the formula PT is equal to PA1 bar plus PB1 bar. So from that formula, so we want PB1 bar. So PB1 bar is equal to PT minus PA1 bar. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. We have the two value, PT and PA1 bar. So substitute the value PT and PA1 bar here. These are the known data. Minus these two value. Find out the PB1 bar, 87,000 Newton per meter square. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So similarly, PB2 bar is equal to PT minus PA2 bar. Are you clear? So here PT values are known, PA2 values are known. Substitute two value. Find out the answer. PB2 bar 93,500 Newton per meter square. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So next one, ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. So here substitute this value. Already we have the calculated value of PB2 bar and PB1 bar. Substitute here. Find out the answer, 0.07205. Are you clear? So then we want PBM bar, that is logarithmic mean partial pressure. So formula PB2 bar minus PB1 bar divided by ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. So the substitute all the value, find out the answer, 90215 Newton per meter square. Are you clear now? This is only the unknown data in our problem. So now all the values are known. So finally we want the rate of diffusion of oxygen. So how will we calculate? We have the formula. Substitute all the value. Na is equal to, so here PT values are known, DAB is known, PA1 is known, PA2 is known, R values are known, T values are known, Z values are known, then PBM bar is known. So the substitute all the values, find out the Na. 2.96 into 10 to the power of minus 5 kg mole per meter square second. Kg mole or kilomole is the same. Kg is a 10 to the power of 3, kilo also 10 to the power of 3. So the unit of rate of diffusion kg mole per meter square second or kilomole per meter square second. Are you clear or not? Okay, so this is the result of the problem. Are you clear now? This is the rate of diffusion. Go to the second problem. So this is the in an oxygen nitrogen mixture at a 10 atmosphere and 25 degrees Celsius, the concentration of oxygen at two places of 0.2 centimeter distance or 10 and 20 volume percentage respectively. Calculate the rate of diffusion of oxygen expressed as gram per centimeter squared. However, for the case of unique component diffusion, this is very important. Unique component means only one components are diffusing, other components are non-diffusing or stationary. That is very important. The value of diffusivity 0.181 centimeter squared per second. Are you clear or not? Okay, so in this case, first you read the problem carefully. So what is the condition of the problem? The two components are there. One is the oxygen, another one is the nitrogen. Oxygen diffusing through nitrogen. Nitrogen is a non-diffusing component or stagnant component. So here in this case, so we want to calculate the value rate of diffusion of oxygen. So which components are diffusing here? Oxygen diffusing through nitrogen. Nitrogen is non-diffusing component. Are you clear or not? Okay, so the condition is the same condition under steady state condition. So which formula we are going to use? Steady state condition, the component A diffusing through component B. Are you clear or not? Okay, so this formula we are going to use this problem. Are you clear or not? Okay, yes. Now come to the problem. What are the given data are given? So total pressure PT is equal to 10 atmosphere, temperature 25 degrees Celsius, better converting into Kelvin 298 Kelvin. The two places mean place 1 and place 2. So the distance are 0.2 centimeter. So the better converting into meter. So here 0.2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meter. But so we don't have any pressure value directly, but given the volume percentage. The volume percentage already you are familiar. Volume percentage is equal to mole percentage is equal to pressure percentage. So these three are equal for gases. Are you clear or not? Volume percentage is equal to mole percentage is equal to pressure percentage. These three are equal. So how? So already you are familiar in a process calculation. Relationship between the partial pressure and total pressure. From that expression only we come to know volume percentage is equal to mole percentage is equal to pressure percentage for gases only. That is very important. For our case 10 and 20 volume percentages are given. One point is a 10%, another point is a 20%. But here the two distance 10 and 20 values are given, 20 volume respectively. So here the PA1 is equal to 0.2, that is a 20%. PA2 is equal to 0.1, that is a 10%. Are you clear or not? All percentage are volume percentage or pressure percentage or mole percentage. These three are equal. Are you clear or not? Okay. So here we will take, so mole fraction is equal to partial individual pressure to total pressure. Already I said. So what is the relation X and Y? X is refer the liquid, Y refer the gases. So here I will take mole fraction YA. So what is the meaning? YA. YA refer the pressure. So X refer the concentration. But here, so we what is the case here? It is a gases. So that's why we will take YA. YA is equal to individual pressure divided by total pressure. So here the individual pressure is equal to YA1 into PT at point 1. So similarly 0.2 Ya2 into Pt. So the Pa1 bar Ya1 is equal to, so what is the Ya1 here? That is a mole fraction value or pressure fraction. So in this case, what is the total fraction value? 0.2 into 10 is a, what is that? 10 is the total pressure, is it correct? That is a 2 atmosphere. This is Pa1 bar. So here Pa2 bar 0.1 into 10, 1 atmosphere. So this is the Pa1 bar into Pa2 bar. So Pa1 bar is equal to Ya1 into Pt. Pa2 bar is equal to Ya2 into Pt. So for this case, how will you find out the mole fraction value? Mole fraction, similarly, that is a pressure fraction. So the pressure fraction is already given. So why? Because the percentages are directly not given. So pressure percentage, they are mentioned only volume percentage. So we know the relation, volume percentage is equal to pressure percentage is equal to mole percentage. Are you clear or not? Okay. So the fraction mean percentage into fraction 0.2. That is a total 100, the 100 atmosphere. So here 20 percentages are there. That is a 100 percentage. So 20 by 100, that is equal to 0.2. That is pressure fraction. So at 0.2, 10 by 100, that is equal to 0.1. So this is the pressure fraction at 0.2. But we know the pressure fraction is equal to mole fraction. So in this case, we will directly take the mole fraction is equal to pressure fraction. So here Pa1, Pa2 is nothing but pressure fraction. Be clear. How it is come 0.2 and 0.1 here. So the 0.2, how it is come? Pa1. 20 is the pressure percentage. Pressure percentage is equal to volume percentage. 20 divided by total percentage, how much? 20 by 100, that is equal to 0.2. This is pressure fraction. Pa2 here, 10 by 100, that is equal to 0.1. These twos are pressure fraction. Be clear. Pressure fraction directly we will take mole fraction. So as per the relation, come to here, Pa1 bar is equal to, what is that? Ya1 into Pt. So here pressure fraction or mole fraction. So here mole fraction notation Ya1. So we know the pressure fraction is equal to mole fraction. Substitute here 0.2 into 10 is equal to 2 atmosphere. So Pa2 bar is equal to 0.1 into 10 is equal to 1 atmosphere. So these twos are Pa1 bar and Pa2 bar is nothing but partial pressure of oxygen at plane 1 and 2. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. Bar is nothing but partial pressure. Here Pa1, Pa2 is nothing but fraction. Be clear. Partial pressure fraction is equal to mole fraction. So as this case only we will substitute here. 0.2 is equal to mole fraction. So are you clear now? Then Z value. Z is given 0.2 centimeter. Directly you take this value. Then diffusivity given. Diffusivity in terms of centimeter square per second. Are you clear or not? We need the value of ppm. So the ppm formula, pb2 bar minus pb1 bar divided by ln of pb2 bar divided by pb1 bar. What is the pb1 bar? So as per the Dalton's law, the pt is equal to pb1 bar plus pa1 bar. From that, pb1 bar is equal to pt minus pa1 bar. Pt is known. Pa1 bar is a calculated value. So minus 2 value, we get pb1 bar 8 atmosphere. Similarly pb2 bar, pt minus pb2 bar, this is the pb1 bar. Are you clear? So here pb2 bar is equal to pt minus pa2 bar. Are you clear or not? Okay, one thing is very important here. pb2 bar is equal to pt minus pa2 bar. So why? Because pa2 bar is given 10 minus 1 is equal to 9 atmosphere. One thing is very important here. pb2 bar is equal to pt minus not pb2, this is the pa2. So pa2 bar is equal to 10 minus 1 is equal to 9 atmosphere. So then ln of pb2 bar divided by bb1 bar. So here ln of 9 by 8. pb2 bar is known, 9 atmosphere. Then pb1 bar is known. These are the two calculated values. Substitute here, find out the answer. Ln of 9 by 8, 0.1178. One thing is very important, student. PB2 bar formula PT minus PA2 bar. So 10 minus 1, 9 atmosphere. We know that Na is equal to DAB PT into PA1 bar minus PA2 bar whole divided by RT is at PBM. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So but here we have only this value. Is it correct? PA1 bar minus PA2 bar is known. PT is known. DAB is known. RT Z is known. Unknown is the PBM bar. What is the PBM bar formula? PB2 bar minus PB1 bar divided by, what is that? Ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. Okay. So here ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar already known. Calculator value 0.1178. What do you do here? Then we will take PB2 bar minus PB1 bar. Already we have the value. PB2 is nothing but 9. PB2 bar is a 9 atmosphere. PB1 bar is a 8 atmosphere. 9 minus 8, 1. 1 divided by 0.1178, that is equal to PBM bar. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. Now come to the point here. Na is equal to. So in this case DAB is known. Then PT is a 10 atmosphere. So here PA1 bar minus PA2 bar. So 2 minus 1 whole divided by 82.06 into 298 into 0.2 into 8.49. So here 8.49, this is a calculated value PBM bar. How it is come? So PB2 bar minus PB1 bar divided by ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. So from that this is a calculated value 8.49, that is a PBM bar. You calculated, already have the value ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar 0.1178. So already we have the value PB2 and PB1 separately, is right? PB2 is a 9, PB1 is a 8. So what is the PBM bar? 9 minus 8 divided by 0.1178. First calculate the PBM value. Substitute here, that is a 8.49. So finally we got the value 4.359 into 10 to the power of minus 5 gram mole per centimeter square second. But what is the question? Rate of diffusion of oxygen in terms of gram per centimeter square hour. But rate of diffusion in terms of gram mole per centimeter square second. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. How it is convert? Gram mole to gram. All of you very familiar. Number of moles formula. Number of moles is equal to what is that? Weight by molecular weight. So weight we need. So what do you do? Number of moles into molecular weight. So here number of moles is known. 4.359 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Multiply with the molecular weight of oxygen. Why? Because so the question is a rate of diffusion of oxygen. That's why we will take oxygen value, molecular weight of oxygen. So the multiply with 32. Molecular weight of oxygen 32. So finally we got the value 1.394 into 10 to the power minus 3 gram per centimeter square second. But we don't want in terms of second. We want in terms of hour. What do you do here? 1 hour is equal to 3600 second. Is right or wrong? Okay. So the 1 second is equal to what is that? 1 hour is equal to 3600 second. 1 second is equal to 1 divided by 3600. Are you clear or not? Okay. So here second is a denominator. Goes to upside. That you multiply with 3600. There is a numerator side. So here gram per centimeter square hour. What do you do in this step? Second is converted into hour. Are you clear? Finally we got the value. Na is equal to 5.021 gram per centimeter square hour. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So one thing is very important. First you read the problem carefully. Then you identify. So which condition is available in your problem. Then you choose a correct formula. Then you take the given data. So then you identify which one is the unknown data. The how will you go to calculate the unknown data? First you recall your steps. So then you are going to apply all these data in the formula. Finally, so you go to find out the result. That is a required result. That is very important in the problem. Step by step is to follow. This is a step. First you find out the condition. Then you go to take the two find. Then given data. Then you choose the correct formula. Finally you write the result. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. This is the third problem. Ammonia diffuses through nitrogen gas under equimolar counter diffusion at a total pressure of 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal and at a temperature of 298 Kelvin. The diffusion path is 0.15 meter. Partial pressure of ammonia at 1.5 into 10 to the power of 4 Pascal. Other point 5 into 10 to the power of 3 Pascal. Diffusivity under the given condition is 2.3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter square per second. Calculate the flux of ammonia. So first read the problem carefully, student. From the problem you identify what is the condition of the problem. So for this case, ammonia diffuses through nitrogen gas under equimolar counter diffusion. All of you very familiar about the equimolar counter diffusion. First two problem. So cover the stagnant diffusion. Diffusion is classified into two types. One is stagnant diffusion, another one counter diffusion. So stagnant diffusion, the one component diffusing through other component. Secondary component is a stationary component or non-diffusing component. So another type, counter diffusion. What is counter diffusion? Counter diffusion classified into two types. One is equimolar counter diffusion, unequimolar counter diffusion. What is equimolar counter diffusion? Equimolar counter diffusion is nothing but molecules are same but opposite direction. Example, Na is equal to Nb, but opposite direction mean Na is equal to minus Nb. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So here ammonia diffuses through nitrogen gas under equimolar counter diffusion. You refer my previous lecture. So what is the final formula? Equimolar counter diffusion. The total pressure is given Pt 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. Temperature T is equal to 298 Kelvin. The diffusion path, that is a distance, capital Z, 0.15 meter. Are you clear or not? Okay. Partial pressure of ammonia at point 1 Pa1 bar is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of 4 Pascal. Similarly, partial pressure of ammonia at point 2 Pa2 bar is equal to 5 into 10 to the power of 3 Pascal. Diffusivity. Diffusivity here, ammonia diffuses through nitrogen. Are you clear or not? But the ammonia nitrogen is a equal component. That's why this is called equimolar counter diffusion. But ammonia opposite to nitrogen. Ammonia equal to minus of nitrogen. But the process is opposite. But the molars are equal. Are you clear or not? Okay. Counter flow means opposite direction. Counter is nothing but opposite. Counter flow is nothing but opposite direction. Parallel is the same direction. But our condition, counter diffusion, but equimolar. The ammonia equal to nitrogen, but sign is different. So the direction is different. Ammonia equal to minus of nitrogen. That is our case. Equimolar counter diffusion. Come to the point here. Diffusivity DAB 2.3 into 10 to the power of minus 5 meter squared per second. So this is the diffusivity value. DAB means ammonia to nitrogen. So what is the final formula? So final formula for this case, equimolar counter diffusion, Na is equal to DAB divided by RTZ. into Pa1 bar minus Pa2 bar. Are you clear or not? Okay. So what is the question here? So calculate the flux of ammonia. So what is the flux? Simply flux, man. That is a total flux or rate of diffusion. Are you clear or not? Okay. So here total flux or rate of diffusion Na1. So keep in our mind flux, total flux, molar flux, mass flux. So these are the same term here NV. So but most of the problem, so we are going to find out the flux or rate of diffusion, that is total flux or rate of diffusion. The notation is a NE. Are you clear now? So for this case all data are known, DAB, RT, Z, Pa1 bar, Pa2 bar, all data are directly given. What do you do here? The substitute all the value, find out the answer. Flux or rate of diffusion 6.188 into 10 to the power of minus 7. The unit of the flux or rate of diffusion kilomole per meter square second. So how it is come meter square second? All the data are in terms of meter. You see the diffusivity meter square per second. So definitely this unit kilomole per meter square second. Otherwise you go to substitute the unit separately. So here DAB is a meter square per second. You take R unit. So the joule per kilomole Kelvin. T is a Kelvin. Z is a meter. Pa is a Pascal. Pascal is nothing but Newton per meter squared. Substitute all the unit. You cancel the unit. Finally we get kilomole or kg mole meter per meter square second. Are you clear or not? Okay. So this is very important problems. So all problems are cover the type of diffusion. First two problem based on stagnant diffusion. Third problem based on equimolar counter diffusion. This is one type of the diffusion. Be clear. Next problem, a diffusivity of a mixture of oxygen CCl4 is determined by observing the steady state of CCl4 into a tube containing oxygen. The entire system is held at constant temperature pressure. Already I said diffusion taking place at constant temperature and pressure. Sometime so need external force, sometime no need the external force, depends upon the process. Both the cases are to be ideal condition, that is imaginary one but ideal condition. Oxygen is stationary. One thing is very important here, be clear, one component is a stationary component. Distance between CCl4. CCl4 basically that is a liquid level, the carbon tetrachloride. So the CCl4 level and the top of the liquid level is 0.171 meter, that is a height value. The total pressure of the system 100.658 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square, and the temperature is 273 Kelvin. What is the vapor pressure here? Vapor pressure of the CCl4 4.399 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square. Now why not consider the partial pressure here? Why you are consider the vapor pressure here? So the CCl4 is a liquid. The liquid condition definitely we will take the vapor pressure. The gaseous condition we will take the partial pressure. Are you clear or not? Okay. So keep in your mind, this is the difference between partial pressure and vapor pressure. The vapor pressure means the pressure exerted on the surface. So the pressure phase changes from liquid to vapor. So that is the vapor pressure. Partial pressure is simply the pressure exerted by the component gas. So the occupied by the system. So this is the difference between partial and vapor. Partial pressure mainly considered in the gaseous condition. Vapor pressure mainly considered in the liquid condition. So keep in your mind. Then cross sectional area of the tube is 0.082 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter square. Are you clear? This is the area value. After a steady state, once reach the steady state means here concentration does not change with respect to distance. Is it clear? Is attained once after attain the steady state. After steady state is attained, 0.0208 into 10 to the power minus 6 metric cube of CCl4 is evaporated. So this much amount of CCl4 is evaporated. During evaporation, what will happen? The liquid is converted into vapor. So that's why they are mentioned here. The oxygen CCl4, both gases are under ideal condition. They are mentioned both the gases. This is a vapor condition only. So here in a 36 into 10 to the power 3 seconds, this much metric cube of CCl4 is evaporated during the time of 36 into 10 to the power 3 seconds. But our question, what is the diffusivity of gas mixture? Mixture is oxygen and CCl4. What is the diffusivity of gas mixture? The specific gravity of CCl4 is given 1.59. So we want the density, directly we will take. CCl4 is a liquid level. So we want to calculate the density of CCl4. Which one is a standard fluid here? Standard fluid is a water, because this is a liquid. Molecular weight of CCl4 is given 154. Come to the problem. First I have identify the problem is a steady state condition. One component is diffusing through another component, but another component is a stationary component. Which component is stationary here? Oxygen. We want to calculate diffusivity of gas mixture. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So both gases are assumed to be ideal condition. But what are the given data here? So the mixture is a CCl4 oxygen mixture. The total pressure is given. Total pressure is nothing but 100.658 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter square. So what is the temperature here? Temperature is a 273 Kelvin. So these are the two data are given. What about the Z value here? Z is a height, so or a distance. So here there is a liquid level, the top of the liquid level. So 0.171 meter. This is a given value. Then PA1 bar. So in this case we will consider this is a vapor pressure. Why? Because so here one point is given. The vapor pressure of the CCl4 is one plane is given. At the top level distance difference Z is nothing but Z2 minus Z1. So here 0.171 meter. But vapor pressure of the CCl4, why they are mentioned PA1 bar is called as a vapor pressure here. CCl4 is a liquid. Whereas the gases, this is called as a partial pressure. Previous three problems, so cover the gases. So but here what do you do? The CCl4, the after attain the steady state, some amount of CCl4 is evaporated. Are you clear or not? Before that, CCl4 is maintained as a liquid condition. After attaining a steady state only, CCl4 is evaporated. What will happen? The liquid is converted into vapor condition. Be clear. So the PA1 bar is equal to 4.399 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter square. What about the another pressure? Another pressure is not given here. So simply we will take. So that is a PA2 bar values are 0. They are not given the value because at the top level, the distance between the top level only given, total pressure of the system is given. So they are not given the total pressure. So total pressure of the system only given. The temperature is given. But here the vapor pressure of the CCl4 is given 1 point. Another point is a no value. That is a PA2 bar. PA2 bar simply we will take, there is a 0 value. Then area is given. So then volume is given. So after attained a steady state, 0.0208 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube. So this much volumes are evaporated. What about the time? 36 into 10 to the power 3 seconds. This is the time of the evaporation. What about the specific gravity of CCl4? CCl4 specific gravity is given 1.54. So how will you calculate the density? Density is equal to, what is that? So the density of the CCl4, specific gravity formula, specific gravity of CCl4 is equal to density of CCl4 divided by density of the which one? Water. Why? Because this is a liquid, that's why we will take the standard fluid is a water. So here, so we want to calculate density of CCl4, 1.59 into 1000. So finally we got the value. Density of CCl4 1590 kg per metric cube. What about the molecular weight of CCl4? This is a given value. So otherwise you calculate the CCl4 value 154. The molecular weight is a sum of the atomic weight. So solution of this problem we want to calculate. So calculate the diffusivity value. Is it correct? Diffusivity of the mixture. What is the step we are going to follow here? These are the steps follow. The first one, amount of CCl4. The amount of CCl4 here, that is the amount mean there is a weight is right. The weight, how will you calculate the weight? What is the relation density and weight? Density is equal to mass per volume or weight per volume. So weight is equal to what is that? Density into volume. Volume is given. So then density is given. Multiply these two value, find out the weight or amount. Are you clear? Then number of moles. What is the relation number of moles and weight? Moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. Weight is calculated value. Molecular weight of the CCl4 is known. So divide these two value, find out the moles of CCl4. Moles unit kilomole. Are you clear or not? Okay. What is the Na here? Na is nothing but rate of diffusion. So any other chances there calculate the Na value? Yes. More chances are there. We have the moles value, area value, time value. So what is the unit of the flux or rate of diffusion? Kg moles divided by meter square into second. That is a formula for Na. So easily we will take Na is equal to moles per area into time. So here moles we have, that is a kilomole. Then area given value, time also given. So substitute all the value, find out the flux or rate of diffusion in terms of kg mole per meter square second. Kg mole or kilomoles are equal, is right? Yeah, we know that. What is the condition here? Steady state diffusion of A through non-diffusing B. One component is our non-diffusing component or stationary component. So for this case we will choose Na is equal to dAB into Pt by RT is Pa 1 bar minus Pa 2 bar divided by Pbm. One thing is very important. One questions are arising here. So I said CCl4 is a liquid level. Then after attain a steady state, before the steady state CCl4 is a maintained in a liquid level. After attain a steady state, where the evaporation will be start, the phase change from liquid to vapor. Are you clear or not? Okay, under steady state condition only we want the diffusivity value. We don't worry about before steady state. After steady state, both components are gaseous condition, both gases are ideal condition. Be clear in the problem. So read the problem carefully. Before steady state, CCl4 is maintained as a liquid condition. After attaining a steady state, during the evaporation, the liquid is converted into vapor. In this case, the both gases are under ideal condition. Be clear. That's why I will take steady state diffusion of capital A through non-diffusing B. In this case, capital B component is maintained as a gaseous condition. Capital A component also in a gaseous condition. Both gases are ideal condition. That's why we will take Na is equal to dAB into Pt by RT is at Pa 1 bar minus Pa 2 bar whole divided by Pbm. We know that Pbm bar. What is that? Pb 2 bar minus Pb 1 bar divided by ln of Pb 2 bar divided by Pb 1 bar. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. So from this, what do you do? So we want Pb1 and Pb2. Already we have the expression, is it correct? So the sum of the partial pressure of the component. So Pt is equal to what is that? Pa 1 bar plus Pb 1 bar. So from that Pb 1 bar is equal to Pt minus Pa 1 bar. So Pt is known, is it correct? Already given total pressure. Pa 1 bar is known. Substitute the value, find out the answer Pb1. So Pb2 bar, Pt minus Pa 2 bar. For this case, what about the Pa2 bar? Why we will consider the 0? 0 is not, Pa2 bar is not given in the problem. So this is the datum level. The height is directly given. So datum level mean only consider the Pa1. So know the height 2. So that's why no pressure is there. So we will take the one condition is a 0. This is the Pa2 bar. So here PB2 minus 2 value 100.658 in 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square. So we have the formula PBM is equal to PB2 minus PB1 divided by ln of PB2 by PB1. So PBM is equal to 98.44 into 10 to the power of 3 Newton per meter square. Finally we want diffusivity of the mixture. So here all the values are known. Na is already calculated value, DAB only unknown. So the substitute all the known data in a equation. Which equation? Steady state condition, capital A diffusing through capital B. This is a general expression, is it correct? So substitute all the value, find out the answer. DAB 6.27 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter square per second. This is the diffusivity of gaseous mixture. This is a different problem. Be careful. At the datum level, that is the reference level, we will consider only the Z value. So this is a top level. At this level there is no movement, no pressure, so we will take the PA2 bar is equal to 0. Are you clear? So this is a one type of the problem. So the next problem, calculate the amount of diffusion of acetic acid capital A, this is a component, in 2 hours across a film on non-diffusing water. So one component is a diffusing, one component is a non-diffusing. So here non-diffusing water solution, 1 mm thickness at 17 degrees Celsius when the concentration on opposite side of the film are respectively 9 and 3 weight percentage. What? The diffusivity of acetic acid in solution 0.95 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meter square per second. Are you clear or not? Okay. So read the problem carefully. This problem also one component diffusing through another component. So the second component is called as a stationary component. So what do you do here? We want to calculate amount of diffusion of component A. Component A only diffusing component. So B is a non-diffusing or stagnant component. So what are the data are given? Thickness is a 1 mm, that is a Z. Z is a thickness. Temperature is given 70 degrees Celsius. Diffusivity is given. Diffusivity of which component? So that is acetic acid. This is only the diffusion component. 0.95 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter square per second. So two weight percentages are given. One is a 9%, one side is a 99%, another side is a 3%. So both percentages are weight percentage. Be careful. Are you clear? So now we are going to calculate amount of diffusion of acetic acid. So these are the given data. At 70 degrees Celsius, density of 9% solution. Which one is a solution here? Not diffusing water is right. So not diffusing water solution. Water is basically the density of the water is 1000 kg per metric cube. The weight only 9% solution. So another weight is a 3% solution. This is also the water 1000 kg per metric cube. Are you clear now? Yes. Yes. Molecular weight of acetic acid. Acetic acid CH3 COOH. So here 60 kg per kg mole. Another one component water. Molecular weight of water 18 kg per kilomole. So what are the given data here? Additionally Z values are given. This is the 1 mm thickness converted to meter, 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. Now come to the point DAB. That is the diffusivity. Diffusivity is equal to 0.95 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter square per second. Are you clear? First location 9%, second location 3%. Are you clear or not? Okay, this is a concentration of opposite side of the films are respectively 9 weight percentage and 3 weight percentage is given in our problem. Okay. Yeah, we are considered location 1 9% by weight. We want the mole fraction value. Are you clear? Okay. One thing is very important. Percentage is a weight percentage. So the weight percentage 9% are given. Okay, that is directly you take. That is a 9 kg. So the weight is a 9 kg. We want mole fraction only. Mole fraction in this case acetic acid and water both are liquid. Are you clear or not? Okay, that's why I will take X. X refer the liquid, that concentration. Okay, so here XA1 we want to calculate. How will you calculate a mole fraction? How we will convert weight percentage to mole percentage? We know the relation, number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. Are you clear or not? Okay, so in this case the two components are there. One is acetic acid, another one is water. Are you clear? At location 1, 9 kg of this one, which one? 9 kg of acetic acid. What about the another remaining kg? Total is 100 kg. Is it correct? 9% weight percentage is given. So here 9 kg is acetic acid. Remaining 91 kg water is there. So how will you calculate the mole fraction? Mole fraction or moles equal to weight by molecular weight. So number of moles how will you calculate? Number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. So here mole fraction at location 1, individual mole divided by total mole, that is a mole fraction. We want individual mole. Which one is individual mole? We concentrate only the acetic acid. Acetic acid weight by molecular weight. Weight by molecular weight, that is equal to number of moles. The individual mole divided by total mole. Total mole means we will consider the two components. So the individual weight by weight by molecular weight, that is equal to number of moles of acetic acid plus weight by molecular weight of water. This is the number of moles of water. So these two are summation, that is equal to total moles, that is N. This is N1 plus N2 is equal to N value. This is a denominator. What is the numerator here? Individual moles of acetic acid. Individual moles of acetic acid, which one? Weight of acetic acid by molecular weight of acetic acid. Weight by molecular weight. So this is the individual mole divided by total mole, that is a mole fraction at location 1. Be clear. Here 9 by 60 into weight by molecular weight of acetic acid whole divided by total mole mean number of moles of acetic acid plus number of moles of water. Number of moles of acetic acid, weight of acetic acid divided by molecular weight of acetic acid plus weight of water divided by molecular weight of water. One thing is very important, only one formula you keep in your mind. Number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. So here XA1 is equal to 0.028. All of you very familiar. Summation of mole fraction value is equal to how much? 1. So that's why XA1 plus XB1 is equal to how much? 1. So we have XA1. We want XB1 value. XB1 is equal to what is that? 1 minus XA1. So XB1 is equal to 0.9711. Now we have the mole fraction at location 1 only. So location 1, how much percentage? Weight 9%. So for this case we want to calculate average molecular weight. More than one components are present. What is the formula average molecular weight? XA1 into MA1 plus XB1 into MB1. Are you clear or not? So here the mole fraction XA1, that is molecular weight of the acetic acid, plus XB1 into molecular weight of water. So XA1 is known, XB1 is known, molecular weight of the each component is known. Substitute and multiply, then sum these two value. Finally we got average molecular weight M1. Why? Because this is the location number 1. 19.1598 kg per kilomole. What about the location 2? Location 2 is how much percentage? 3% by weight. The same procedure we are going to follow. Instead of 9, we substitute 3 kg. 3 kg acetic acid mean, what about the rest of the kg? 97 kgs are water. Okay, we are follow the same procedure here. So what do you do here? The mole fraction of the acetic acid in 0.2 condition. So here 3 kg. So the individual mole divided by total mole, the same procedure. Individual moles of acetic acid divided by total mole. Individual moles of acetic acid mean weight by molecular weight. Weight is a 3, numerator. Weight by molecular weight in numerator part 3 by 60. This is the acetic acid whole divided by total mole. What is the total mole? In a denominator, So the individual moles of acetic acid plus individual moles of water. Individual moles of acetic acid weight by molecular weight 3 by 60 plus individual moles of water. So how much? Weight by molecular weight. So the 97 divided by 18. 3 kg present in acetic acid mean rest of the kg mean 97. 97 divided by 18, there is a individual moles of water. So on denominator side, so total mole 3 by 60 plus 97 divided by 18, that is equal to XA2 0.0091. So we have the XA2 value. We want to XB2 value. All of you know the concept. The addition of the mole fraction is equal to how much? 1. XB2 is equal to 1 minus XA2. How it is come? XA2 plus XB2 is equal to how much? 1. From that, XB2 is equal to 1 minus XA2. XA2 values are known. Substitute here. Find out the XB2 0.9909. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. What do you do in the next step? We want the average molecular in the case of 3% at location 2. So here average molecular weight. Again we use the formula XA2 into molecular weight of acetic acid plus XB2 into molecular weight of water. So here substitute all the values. XA1, XA2 you know, XB2 is known, molecular weight also you know. Substitute here, find out the answer. M2 is equal to 18.3822. Are you clear or not? Okay. Yes. In this case, why we are not taking as a logarithmic mean pressure here? So keep in our mind, student. So when we are going to prefer PBM, when we are going to prefer XBM. For gases, you will take PBM value, partial logarithmic mean partial pressure. For liquid, so we will take the mole fraction, logarithmic mole fraction or logarithmic concentration, mean concentration. Why? Because mole fraction in terms of concentration level. So mole fraction in terms of partial pressure mean it is refer the liquid, gaseous condition. For liquid, you take mole fraction X. For gas, you take mole fraction Y. Are you clear or not? For liquid level only, you take XBM. This is called logarithmic mean mole fraction value. What is the formula? XBM is equal to XB2 minus XB1 divided by ln of XB2 by XB1. So here XB2 and XB1 is known. Substitute all the value. Find out XBM 0.9801. Are you clear or not? Okay. So but here, so we have, so this is a liquid or gas. So this problem under steady state condition, so the diffusion in liquids, you refer my previous lecture, what is the final expression? Rate of diffusion. The flux equation for capital A through non-diffusing B in liquid. The previous problem we are followed only the gases. So this problem in the condition of liquid. But condition is a diffusion A through non-diffusing B. But we want the rho by M average value. Why? So this is in a final equation. We want rho by M average. That is a concentration. Is it correct? So here rho by M average, how will you calculate? Average value mean, so add these two condition value divided by 2. That is average value. So what is the average here? Rho 1 by M1, the first point, plus rho 2 by M2 whole divided by 2. What is the rho 1 and rho 2? Already given at 9% and 3%. Both conditions, the water is a solution. We will consider 1000 kg per metric cube. So here 1000 divided by, what is the M1? M1 is a 19.15. M2 is also calculator value 18.38. 1000 divided by 18.38. Add these two value by divided with 2. Finally we get rho by M average is equal to 53.71 kilomole per metric cube. Already I said rho by M is nothing but that is a concentration. Concentration is a mole per liter or mole per metric cube or kilomole per metric cube. Don't worry about that. So this is rho by M average in terms of kilomole per metric cube. This is also concentration unit. Be clear. So why we are going to calculate the concentration? This is the liquid. This is not the gases. Are you clear? Keep in our mind. Flux equation for diffusion of A through non-diffusing B in liquid. So liquid we know that we have the final expression Na is equal to rho by M average DAB by Z XA1 minus XA2 divided by XBM. So here rho by M average already calculator value, DAB is given, Z is given, XA1 XA2 is the calculator value, then XBM also calculated. XBM how do you calculate? Formula, this is a logarithmic mean mole fraction, XB2 minus XB1 divided by ln of XB2 by XB1. They substitute all the value, find out. So here come to substitute, the finally we get rate of diffusion or flux 9.792 into 10 to the power minus 7. So they keep in your mind the rate of diffusion is the same unit, kilomole per meter square second. Are you clear or not? Okay. So the various types of problems are solved. So three cases problems are solved. First case, so the first case is a molecular diffusion in gas. Stagnant diffusion, counter diffusion. Counter diffusion, I think equimolar counter diffusion only. Another set of the problem, same condition, steady state, one component diffusing through another component, but this is not the gas, this is a liquid. Molecular diffusion in liquid. Keep in your mind. Next type of the problem, a glass tube of 1 mm bore was filled with acetone within 2.3 centimeter of the top and maintenance temperature 18.8 degrees Celsius in a gentle current of air. The position of liquid surface was measured with a travelling microscope. Position calculated by travelling microscope on a liquid surface. After 80 minutes, the level had fallen by 0.148 centimeter. The level height of this 2.3 centimeter. After 80 minutes, the level had fallen by 0.148 centimeter. Calculate the diffusivity of acetone in air. This is very important. A glass tube of 1 mm. A tube dia is a 1 mm. So was filled with acetone to within 2 centimeter of the top and a maintenance temperature of 18.8 degrees Celsius in a gentle current of air. Position calculated by travelling microscope and a liquid surface. After 80 minutes, the level had fallen by 0.148 centimeter. What is the diffusivity of acetone in air? Data are given. Vapor pressure of acetone. These are the data directly given in our problem. 18.8 degrees Celsius, 170 mmHg. Total pressure is given 765.5 mmHg. Molecular weight of acetone is given 58.1 kg per kilomole. Density of acetone also given 0.798. We want to calculate diffusivity of acetone in air. How will we calculate? What are the given data? These are the data already given in our problem. But given data from the problem, Z1 is equal to how much? 2.3 centimeter. But Z2, so this level after 80 minutes. So this is level had fallen by 0.148 centimeter. So here Z2 is a 2.3, then fallen 0.148 centimeter. Then capital R in terms of atmosphere centimeter cube, kilomole Kelvin 82.06. Suppose meter cube mean you take 0.0 something, but centimeter cube mean you take 82.06. Temperature is given 18.8 degrees Celsius. Can convert into Kelvin. Then this case total pressure mmHg convert into atmosphere. Then our problem, keep in your mind, vapor pressure is given. So why? Acetone is a liquid. So here the acetone, for acetone, so the PA1 is a vapor pressure 170 mmHg. PA2 is not given, simply we will take 0. Refer the previous problem also. That problem they are not given partial pressure at 0.2. So sorry, the vapor pressure at 0.2. We will consider 0. So we want to calculate the diffusivity value, DAB, density, molecular weight. These are the values already given. This is a given value. But here we want to calculate the DAB. So which formula we are going to take? So this is a liquid level. So but we will take the pressure value, that is a partial pressure. Why? So this pressure is called as a vapor pressure here in this case for liquid. But so this case one component is a gas, another component is a liquid. But this liquid component also maintained in a vapor form. So acetone in air, that is the diffusivity value. So that's why we will take DAB is equal to PBM RT rho L Z2 square minus Z1 square divided by Z into PT, PA1 bar minus PA2 bar into ml into theta. So take this formula. From this we want PBM, all other values are known. So PB2 bar minus PB1 bar whole divided by ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1 bar. For this case PB1 bar already you know, PT minus PA1 bar. So similarly PB2 bar PT minus PA2 bar. So easily find out PB1 bar and PB2 bar. So PBM bar mean PB2 minus PB1 bar, this is a calculator value, divided by ln of PB2 bar divided by PB1. Finally we got PBM value 0.8908 atmosphere. Other values are known value, that is a given value. So here theta is also given is right. So these are the given values. You see here, yeah, this is the these are the values are given. To take this, substitute in this problem, find out there is a DAB. Okay, so DAB is a 0.095 centimeter square per second. Okay, yeah, next problem, this is very important problem. A cylindrical tank of 4 meter diameter was filled with acetone, a depth of 2.3 centimeter from the top of storage tank and is exposed to ambient temperature. This is a surrounding temperature. So 18.8 degrees Celsius in a gentle current of air. Calculate fall in level of acetone after 1 hour. Second one, calculate the losses in rupees